This is the men's room.
Get it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up, the return of Who Sucks Less. Sam will drink and tell us with a shot of the day. Our men's room blank question. I will never forget the time that I swallowed blank. 844-999-OLA.
Hang on, give me a second there. All right, hello, Michael. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, guys.
Hola.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores.
Okay, so I'm going to make this reasonably short and sweet for you guys because I know you've got a lot of people waiting around for this.
Tons.
I'm going to preface it by saying that my mom and her friends were sitting at the kitchen table playing cribbage.
Yeah.
And they were drinking out of the old school big R bottles, if you know what I mean.
Okay, yeah.
So they were brown bottles, and I think I was about 5 or 6 at the time. And I figured since everyone else was drinking out of the brown bottles, why couldn't I? So I kept bugging them and bugging them and bugging them to give me a sip, and I kept getting told no. Well, I happened to go into the bathroom shortly thereafter, and there's a common household item that's in a brown bottle in your bathroom in most places.
Peroxide.
Called peroxide.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, they're drinking out of brown bottles. I'm going to drink out of a brown bottle. I popped it open and sucked down about half of it.
Oh, boy. How did that
How
end
much
up?
foam comes blowing out of your face?
Well, after I regained consciousness, my mother was jacking my head back away from the toilet as fast as humanly possible. And then I think I passed out again because I remember her jerking my head back a couple of times while I was power vomiting. And then the next thing I remember was about 6 fire department guys there in black rain suits.
Hey, did they take you to the hospital? Did you get your stomach pumped or whatever?
Actually, no. Because of the fact that I had vomited as much as I did, I got lucky. And I don't know if it's true or not because I never really looked it up. And even though it is the age it is, I probably should. But I was told that the reason that she was jerking my head back like she was is that when you mix peroxide and stomach acid, it becomes a fume that's so toxic, the actual fume itself can kill you more so than the actual consumption of the peroxide.
But see, here's the thing. If that is true, I would have no knowledge of this. So if my kid did the same thing, there's a good chance that my kid dropped dead face down in a toilet.
Yeah, well, she had actually called poison control as soon as she found out what was going on, and she had them on the phone with me while she's basically doing the old school hold your hair while you're puking thing over the toilet, and I'm like 5 or 6 years old. So
let me guess, just like everyone else with the bad drinking experience, you cut peroxide out for at least the next 10 years.
Yeah, I kind of gave up my peroxide diet.
Yeah, good idea.
Do you have peroxide in your home right now?
Oh, tons of it.
Do you really?
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah, I keep peroxide around all the time because peroxide is one of the best disinfectants on the planet. But I'm not going to suck it down anytime soon. I don't have it.
Let me ask you a question.
Lesson learned.
If you get a scab or something, you pour peroxide on it still?
I do, but I keep my face away from it because the fumes themselves can actually make me sick.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I guess they would.
I'm not a peroxide go-to guy. That's not
I
my move.
have peroxide.
I just don't know what I use it for.
It's just the only time I remember using it is like when I was a kid. You get your occasional bumps and bruises because that's what kids do, and your parents will like dump some stuff on there
just to watch the volcano up.
And the thing is, so I have peroxide, and I want to say I have peroxide for the kids, and I can say in 100% honesty, as they get butchered doing whatever it is kids do through the course of the day, it never occurs. I'll run their hand under water and all that kind of crap, wipe it out, do the Band-Aid.
You got to put the peroxide on there.
Do you do that? Do you have
I
peroxide?
don't even think to do it.
I don't have any, but if I had children, they'd have to go through the same torture we did.
Okay. So
is it bubbling up?
Uh-huh.
Means it's working.
Burning?
Right.
Yeah. Burning, bubbling.
I mean, I remember as a kid being scared of that bottle.
Yes, because they put something on you that foams up. And it never really hurt. It's just something to look at that's kind of weird, man.
Yeah, peroxide I would vouch for, but you're right. I wouldn't have it in my own home.
Yeah, like I said, I have some. I don't even use it. I don't even know if it's been open.
Men's room blank question. I'll never forget the time I swallowed blank.
Hello, Anna. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I got 2 for you guys. When I was about 10 years old, I ate dry cat food on a dare.
How was it? And how much did you eat?
Just a couple of pieces, and it was terrible.
Yeah, okay. Sounds about right.
And then a couple years ago, the first time I ate pho was with a friend, and she had me try tripe. I thought it was fish. Turns out to be beef intestine.
No.
Yeah, I was going to say, you didn't know what tripe was, huh?
No, but now it's my favorite thing to eat in pho, so,
I was going to say, how did it taste?
It tastes like really beefy noodles.
Beefy noodles.
That's my penis's nickname, by the way.
Beefy noodles.
It's a little known fact,
Yeah, tripe. I've never tried tripe.
I've tried it. It's okay. It's more the texture for me. Like, it tastes fine. There's not a lot of taste to it, but it's just kind of...
But it's
like,
an intestine, right?
You bite it, and somehow it shoots to the other side of your mouth. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, we're not friends.
I tasted Dr. Gomez's cat food the other day. It was it's a shrimp and something else.
Why did you try it? Because of the ingredients?
Because it was like shrimp and lobster or something. So like it's a pate, right? So just stuck my finger in there and oh man, it was horrible. But I will say this, like I'll never eat.
Wait, because it was shrimp and lobster, you're like, don't mind if I do.
I'm going to give this a shot, right? Why not? Shrimp and lobster. Dr. Gomez won't eat all this. Let's just take a little taste to see what it tastes like. So I tasted it, and I'm like, oh, God, this tastes like ass. It's just really, really fishy. But I'll never eat anything called pate again. Because
did you know what it is?
It's just mushed up crap, right?
It is. Well, liver, generally.
Yeah, but I'm not eating that.
But it's good.
I just never liked pate because of the texture.
That's
not
the
the
problem
greatest
with
texture.
it. That's the problem. It's all mushy.
But look, as far as eating livers go, that's probably the most palatable way, in my opinion, to eat a liver. Right?
Well, liver and onions, I think. If I took the top 5, and I love onions. If I took the top 5 things,
Yeah, me too.
that suck, that I would never the smell of liver and onions, the smell of an organ cooking when you walk into someone's house.
Yeah, it smells like you're cooking an organ.
It smells like you're cooking an organ. It's
It really
awful.
does.
Number 2 on the list, I think, is going to have to be sea urchin. Sea urchin is
I'll
like
pass.
a mush of crap that they somehow, it's like a pudding blob of crap.
It's like wet sawdust that tastes like fish.
It is the
And
worst. Do not ever fall for the sea urchin if you go get sushi. Because you're like, oh, I'll try something different. And
Yeah, I'm with you. Can't stand it.
it's the worst thing. And,
Most of my things are texture.
right,
Yeah.
And then the third thing would be a Cadbury egg, based on the texture.
Yeah, I just don't
Once
like
you
it.
get to the middle.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like gooey. And
But that's part of my problem with mushrooms, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Just the texture? See, I like the texture of a mushroom. I don't know why, but...
I used to. I will never forget the time I swallowed blank 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Cameron. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Okay. So I got to make this quick because I'm coming up to my stop. But
Hey, can you hold on for 1 second, man?
right.
No, but do you have a second? Just hold
Hang
on.
on 1 second.
No, seriously, we just need we got a little couple things we got to do here technically. I have to do breathing exercises.
What's important to do? It's a talk show.
In, out.
Find your center. Refocus. Because, look, man, here's the thing. We have Cameron on the line, all right? And Miles, you need to understand, he doesn't have a lot of time.
We have 4 hours.
Right. Well, he doesn't have a lot of time. And so it's important that you do your breathing exercises now. All right, Cameron, we are ready for you.
Oh, good. Glad to hear.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was about 16 or 17, I was living with my cousin and my aunt, and we would sneak any kind of alcohol that we could find, naturally. And our aunt, the only thing she kept around was like cream sherry.
Huh.
So after a while, we kind of got bored of taking cream sherry shots, and we looked for anything that had alcohol in it. And so we had the white wine vinegar.
Oh,
boy.
Jeez, man.
And, I volunteered. I was like, yeah, I'll be the guinea pig. And I'm pretty sure what physically happened was as soon as I got it in my mouth, shock took over, and about half of it sucked into my lungs.
Oh God,
no.
dude.
And I found myself on the floor, tears rolling and everything like that.
It probably burned like hell.
Oh, yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, I believe that.
How long did the pain last?
Well, I lost all track of time, to be honest.
Okay.
But I'd say probably a good, 15, 20 seconds.
Sure.
Ooh.
There's a reason, like
It's,
even when you go to the grocery store, if you're looking for cooking white wine, rice wine, sherry, marsala, whatever it is, like you can walk in there at 13 years old and buy it.
Yeah, they don't question.
No, because no right human being would ever want to drink that crap.
But that's why it'd be the 13-year-old.
But it's still alcohol. And think about that. Like, you don't get ID.
It's a gallon of alcohol.
But you don't get ID'd
No.
because it's cooking.
No.
That doesn't mean it's not alcohol. I guess in the same way you could say, like, well, look, dude, you could go and you could buy Listerine and it's X amount of alcohol.
It's X amount, but it's not straight. But look, most normal people don't drink that stuff. And I used to have a chef. We were unaware the level of alcoholism involved with him. But every time we would order, we'd have to order more cooking sherry, which just seems stunning to us because you know the proportions you use and what ingredients it goes into. And we're like, this doesn't make sense. We're ordering like 4 gallons of this a week. Me and another guy had to open one morning. He went to the bathroom. He walks back out and he says, hey, man, there's someone laying unconscious in their tighty-whities in this side, like, little room. I'm like, what do you mean? Because we're the first people there. Like, we have keys. We had to unlock the place. So we go up there, and sure enough, we just see these legs sticking out, tighty-whities, and there's this guy, like, half under a table. Well, it was the chef. And next to him was the empty bottle of the cooking sherry. So, the light bulb went off and said, oh, that's why we're ordering so much. But we just left him there. I'm like, look, we'll wake him up before we open, but I'm not dealing with his nonsense. We just got to do what we do. Maybe an hour in the prep. He walks down as though nothing weird had happened. Hey, fellas, blah, blah, blah. And he's talking to us. Right, we're just looking at him like, you have to know that we saw you passed out in your tighty-whities in the corner of the goddamn restaurant, right? But just, he wouldn't acknowledge it at all. He didn't last much longer.
I would guess so.
Playing through.
Yeah, that's it. He's just like,
okie dokie, no problem. Coming up on the program, we've got the return of a positive drinking story. We'll break down alcohol's by emotions. Our question, I will never forget the time that I swallowed blank. 844-999-OLA. We will take a quick break, come back and read your emails from the Men's Room at mensroomlive.com next. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bichola. You have entered the Men's Room.
On our Men's Room blank question today, I will never forget the time that I swallowed blank. And here come those emails from the Men's Room at mensroomlive.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Hello, guys. In high school, I swallowed my girlfriend's long hair. The weird part about this is, as it came out long ways. I didn't know it had until I was done with my business, got up, and I heard a splash. Then when I sat down, I heard another splash. Then when I got up again and heard it again, I looked down, and there was one swinging like a kid on a tire into the lake. I had to clip the hair with some scissors. I don't even try to tell you how I did that. It took a little while to walk to get those scissors. It took about 4 days for that thing to finally come out. Long ways. Sad times. Yes. A guy's not me, but a friend years ago while stationed at Fort Lewis. 4 of us ended up going to an apartment party. Girls that was hosting the place. She was excited. She got her first apartment. First thing we noticed when we entered this place was a single goldfish in a fishbowl. Of course, after many beverages, the 4 of us could not stop watching this little goldfish. So Brian opens bids at $10 to eat said goldfish. I throw in 20. Jason decides that it is the right price. In one motion, he snatches the goldfish and bam, it is down the hatch. The best part is, a few hours go by, the girl notices that her fish is missing, throws a fit, and has a few more drinks. Now it is much later, and Jason isn't feeling all that good, but he's still trying to hook up with the hostess, the goldfish's owner. They're in the kitchen talking when Jason turns to the sink and vomits. When she sees her goldfish, she flips out and kicks us out of the party. You can't buy that kind of entertainment. Thanks for the great show, guys. That from V-Dub. Guys, back when I was a chef, I used to do a wild game menu every November. It was a lot of fun to see and use all the different kind of animals, and here's a short list of what I can remember anyway. Elk, moose, deer, bear, antelope, caribou, yak, emu, ostrich, guinea fowl? Guinea fowl, rattlesnake, king cobra, and frog. The snake was my least favorite because the labor to get the meat out was ridiculous and the yield was awful, so it was super expensive. I guess that's the reason they call me Brad the Meat Man. Guys, 2 things. I once ate peacock. My uncle's farm had tons of them, so during Christmas, they'd cook some up. It was marinated with pineapples, well prepared, and awesomely juicy. The other odd thing, I unknowingly ate glass. I was on a cruise with my family at 14 years old, and we were served chocolate ice cream with our meal. I kept eating it, thinking the crunchy stuff was just bits of ice crystals on top. Then I got a good-sized chunk of what I thought was ice and was sucking on it to melt it, and it oddly started to taste like blood. They never figured out how it got in there, and no one else in the boat got any ice in theirs. Have a good one, guys. That from Kelly, the red-headed nanny. Long story short, hiking the Pacific Crest Trail, come across the opportunity to eat a marmot. Hadn't had fresh meat in weeks, so decided to indulge with my trail buddies. Tasted like fish. Not too pleased, possibly because of its tragic death. That from Caitlin. And Ola Bacholas is a long-time aquarium keeper. I have siphoned out many a bucket of dirty fish poop water. Doing it at the frequency I have for all these years, I've oversucked, for lack of a better term. Half-inch tube takes a bit of it getting moving, so when my buddy needed help emptying his quad gas tank and presented me with that piece of tube, I way overdid it and got a mouthful of gasoline. Pretty sure I did spit most of it out. Gas tastes bad, by the way. That from the Spear Chucker. Do we have any comments?
Oh, there's a few. I once ate a dog testicle. Yeah, that's what it says. Okay. I worked at a veterinary clinic. It was from a small puppy after he was neutered. I didn't chew, just swallowed. My coworker gave me $50. To eat a dog testicle.
Yeah,
God,
come
damn,
on.
Man. I would just ask for a raise. We're talking about eating sea urchin. Someone agreed the sea urchin is absolutely terrible, like to get it in sushi. And someone else points out the edible part of the sea urchin is the sex organ. Well, there it is.
It's not very tasty.
Yeah, let's see. And as a kid, I gave a girl a bowl of grass and water, told her it was soup. She threw up real quick.
Oh, boy. Do we have time for a few extra emails from the men's room at mensroomlive.com?
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Guys, want to wish my good buddy Ryan a happy birthday. He loves Lamb of God, and Titanic is his favorite movie, but we still love him. Give him some dirty German and something by Leo DiCaprio. Thanks, guys. That from Jason.
Yeah, your birthday is near the holidays, so just know Santa is coming. So am I.
Yeah, and we're both bringing our sacks.
Big red sacks.
One's full of gifts, one's full of fun.
Hello, gentlemen. Today happens to be my son Clayton's 22nd birthday. He knows how awesome I think he is, so I'm not going to blather on about that. I do ask in his honor, can we get a barbershop fish sandwich? Thanks, guys. Love the show. That from Patty.
Is it too early for a fish sandwich? Cheese and tartar on the side.
Yeah.
I smell the fish sandwich, maybe some dill relish in the morning, at noon, and at night, and at night.
All the Bicholas, today is my wife Mandy's birthday. Could you please give her some dirty German talk? Thanks, guys. Love the show. That from Drew.
Yeah, Mandy, I know you're not the president, but I want to visit your Oval Office.
Yeah, and while we're there, you can chew on my gummy bear. We make them in Germany.
Guys, today is my friend Kinsley's 26th rotation, and she would love to hear a couple of Joey Chestnuts, please. Thanks, bitches. That from the effervescent Francesca.
Chestnut!
Bicholas, today's my boyfriend Jacob's 22nd trip around the sun. Can he get a big old bong hit and then some dirty Germans? Thanks, guys. Love you, Jacob. That from Izzy.
Yeah, I don't know if you like classical music, but we will start with Beethoven, and then I will finish on your Bach.
Yeah, I don't know if you're in the mood for snacks or appetizers. It's like a pig in a blanket. Except there's no blanket. Just the cocktail we need.
Just pig.
Just pig.
All pig. All pig.
Bicholas, today is my coworker Austin's birthday, 28th trip around the sun, and we spent it working through the night last night, and I was wondering if you guys could give him a Suck It Up cupcake, followed by some Aussie TED Talk. Thanks, guys. Keep on rocking. Thanks. That from Kurt.
So, suck it up, cupcake!
Yeah, Ted from Melbourne here. Tell you what, it's your birthday. So slap out that Tim Tam and maybe find it inside a koala.
Fellas, it's my beautiful wife Olivia's birthday. Can I get a big old bong rip with a Suck It Up cupcake? Thanks, guys. Love the show. Sincerely, Mike.
So, suck it up, cupcake!
What else we got? Guys, I would like to throw a shout-out to my IBEW brother, Joe Packanass, for his 34th birthday. You had so much fun with his name, I thought you would like a second round. And could he get a fish sandwich and some dirty German? Thanks, guys. Love the show. That from Mike.
Fish sandwich?
Yeah, I do not know if you like football, but I want to wear your ass like a football helmet.
Yeah, and we'll practice that trick. See if you can suck the cream out of the eclair.
Hello, Bicholas. My name is Eugene, and I've been listening to your guys' fine program for 14 years. Today is my 40th birthday, and I would love to hear some dirty German from Thrill and Robin and some Aussie Ted, please.
Ja, make rhyme for your birthday. Eugene, covered in protein.
Ja, du kannst meine Rouladen lecken.
Yeah, Ted here from Melbourne. Sounds like you're covered in a lot of protein there, mate. Walking around like a saltwater crocodile.
Covered in egg whites.
All right, guys, here you go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, bitches.
Ja, the Dirty Germans, brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Ola Miles, Ted, Steve, Robin, and Mike. I heard Steve saying that he likes to fart in the elevator.
I do.
I was laughing when I heard the story. I have a coworker who farts all the time. She will walk to someone's cubicle to talk to them, and then she lets out a huge fart. Two of my coworkers and I have a nickname for her. We call her Rhino because her farts are so loud. She even farts at her desk, and people hear her farting. Thanks for all the laughs. That from Tanya in San Jose, California, listening on KFox 98.5, and she also listens to the show on the app there. So,
Can you give us the Fox? There it is.
Do you mean to set you up for the Fox, man? You want to do? You will send in some personalized liners.
Remember the Foxes
down to South Bay's classic rock station. Ready for this? 98.5 KFox, the South Bay's classic rock.
That is.
Is that classic rock enough? Is that the read for that?
Oh, they want an angry fox.
Do I do the monster
Why would he
truck
be
guy?
angry? It's a classic, man. He's listening to mellow stuff, dude.
Let's do the monster truck. Let's give him a monster truck read. 98.5 KFox, South Bay's classic rock station. Very good stuff.
I don't know why I assume
Why do all of your animals take a swipe at the end? Every animal.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's like Melbourne Ted. He's got to stand like this. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
That's every time. And I'm like, I don't know why I'm standing like that.
Guys, I recently got back from Baltimore, Maryland, and I can say I have a better understanding of some of the things that you often talk about when referring to the city. By far, the crab cakes are outstanding. I'll never eat a local crab cake again. Yingling beer, damn good stuff. I wish I could get it here. I walked into the wrong bar in the wrong part of town once. A large black man ran at me at the bar yelling, hands in the air. Fortunately, he just patted me down for weapons. The place was a front for prostitution. So I left post-haste.
Throw your hands in the air.
Sounds like somebody took a trip to the block.
Every McDonald's I drove by had armed security guards. That's different. I could go on and on about the things you already know, but I'll end this with something I'm still laughing about today, and I'm sure you're familiar with the car dealership out there called Coons.
Oh, yeah.
To an outsider, that's just damn funny, especially when the ad before TV before Black Friday said, Big Coons Black Friday sale. Priceless, guys. That from D.B. Cooper.
D.B. Cooper, just so you know, Coons, I was a teenager when they first launched in Baltimore, right? And keep in mind, Baltimore is about 140% black. So I'm in high school, and every dude there was like, yo, man, you hear about that effed up stuff? Man, goddamn Coons was like Ford, whatever the hell it was. Man, F them. And then we found out maybe 2 days later that the guy's last name was Coons. But like I'm talking brothers down going, do you think that some redneck came to this city and then opened a place like to insult you? I'm like, nah, that's not what this is.
Couple quick ones. Growing up on my neighbor, man, he was a crab fisherman, so needless to say, gone for long periods of time. But you could always tell when he got home because you would hear yacht rock blaring in the distance, and within hours you could find a short, bald man dancing in his yard screaming Native American Indian chants with a can or bottle in hand. That from Taylor, the sign guy.
Well, you know, yacht rock will do that.
My mother-in-law had a real crazy neighbor. The garage door had signs all over it. No smoking, no soliciting, caution mold, caution asbestos, cancer-causing organisms inside, blah, 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 blah. Watching the house with a flashlight shining through the window at midnight, and it's the neighbor. After talking to the in-laws that it's a normal situation, and she should have told us that. After the neighbor finally passed away, the bank paid to have 15 dumpsters and an exterminator to make the house sellable after it was all said and done.
Wow.
All right, coming up, the return of a positive drinking story. We have ways to break down alcohol based on emotions. But first...
Now, the men's room wants to know, who sucks less?
Yay! Time for Who Sucks Less. Stephen Hill, you bring us 3 stories from the news, and it's up to us to determine which of these 3 stories suck the least. Now, if you like the men's room on Facebook, the debate is already underway on Who Sucks Less.
All right, I won't go through the full explanations, but just know a gentleman by the name of Joel Pollack. If you don't know his name, he's one of the editors of Breitbart News. He will be competing against, well, essentially some overly sensitive Connecticut parents, and then the two of them will be taking on one Carlos Bell from Maryland. But let us begin. Now, the debate over Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore and his alleged attraction to underage girls, it's gone to some really weird places, and it went to an especially weird place on CNN a couple of days ago. Excuse me. Chris Cuomo, he's interviewing Pollack, an editor at the news site Breitbart, and Pollack tried to use the old Ringo Starr defense to help Moore out. All right, and he said, quote, in 1973, Ringo Starr hit #1 on the Billboard charts with the song You're 16, You're Beautiful, and You're Mine. He was 35 at the time, singing about a 16-year-old. You want to take that away from Ringo Starr's achievement? Now, Cuomo was obviously kind of shocked by that, and he said, quote, you think the Ringo Starr song is supposed to be a nod towards allowing 30-year-old men to prey on teenagers? You don't believe that, Joel. You're a parent. You don't believe that. Well, Pollack actually, he had to pause for a second to figure out how to reply, but he chose to divert the argument to, quote, risk our son's face today, which is that they could be false allegations. So anyway, he's trying to say, hey, if we're not mad at Ringo Starr, who, by the way, didn't molest anyone, he wrote a song. So did Kip Winger and Gene Simmons. And countless others. Now we continue. We go to Connecticut, where school officials, they canceled a presentation on Islam, citing safety concerns for a social studies teacher that received death threats for inviting a Muslim woman just to speak at her middle school class. According to, the Bristol Northeast Middle School teacher, she sent a letter home to the parents telling them that a New York-born Muslim woman would be speaking about Islam on whatever day, part of the curriculum on world history. Well, the Bristol Public School superintendent, she said, quote, I canceled the speaker because the teacher felt threatened. She was getting phone calls and emails that were, in her words, threatening. Now, the letter also pointed, on a Facebook group, which closed for commentators, they called the presentation a disservice to Christianity and denounced Islam as a religion, as opposed to getting educated. So. And now we go to lovely Maryland, where a 206-count indictment accuses 30-year-old Carlos D'Angelo Bell of abusing 42 boys between May of 2015 and June of this year. Now, in July, he was arrested and accused of abusing 24 boys. The state's attorney for Charles County says that Bell is accused of abusing boys between the ages 11 and 17 at Benjamin Stoddard Middle School, his home, and other locations. By the way, this guy's HIV positive, and 5 counts of the new indictment accuse him of trying to transmit the virus to his victims.
Well, he sucks the most.
I would agree with that.
I don't think there's going to be any disputing that, so let's just narrow this thing down. Yeah, I mean, that is about
I was hoping you would reach that conclusion.
All right, let's just start right there and get that
this
out
time
of the
I'm with you.
Yeah, let's get that one
I
out
don't
of
think
the
there's
table.
any doubt about that.
All right. You know, as far as the guy going on CNN, if you're watching that and you're listening to what he says, and that's something that you agree with, that is way on you. So he's just doing what he does. As far as, boy, oh boy, I'm going to have to go with Breitbart News sucks the least. I'm going to have to say that, because you know what? Who cares what he says?
Well, a lot of people.
Well, right, I know, but at the same point in time, obviously he wouldn't be a talking head if he...
But they're probably not watching CNN.
No, they're not watching that network, and anybody who probably saw that, I mean, hell, we just did a sit and spin about that, basically. Just about how crazy and weird it was and how none of that would ever fly. That's
right.
Not cool. Like, these are songs it's not cool.
Right.
That's basically how we kind of like sold that. These songs are not cool when you listen to what the hell they're saying. That was one of them.
Yeah, that was exactly one of them.
So, yeah. I mean,
are we ranking the school or the parents that reacted?
It's the parents that I mean, the school's doing this as a precaution. They said, look, we're not going to put our teacher in harm's way because people are up in arms about something that, truthfully, is very non-threatening. Someone's going to come in and talk to students.
Yeah, but at the same point, this guy's promoting the ability to sleep with a 16. I'm going to go with the school sucks the least, I guess. He's defending a pedophile.
Well, so defending a pedophile. But no, keep in mind, he's saying they're allegations. These things have not been proven. And to be fair, he's
defending pedophilia based on a song.
But he's not defending pedophilia. He's saying, look, the allegations, these are allegations. Sure. They could be false allegations. He's not condoning pedophilia, but he said, but if we're going to go after him based on allegations, then we should go after Ringo Starr, because Ringo Starr's not saying I sleep with 16-year-olds, but he's writing a song essentially promoting the idea of sleeping with 16-year-olds.
Okay. Which one are you picking?
I'm going to go the school sucks the least.
All right. I'll defend Breitbart. Okay. That's fine.
But it's not the school. It's the parents. The school made the right
I don't blame the school because once she had
safety.
death threats. Right. I do think it's ridiculous that, like, just because a Muslim is coming to speak at a school, like, I have Muslim friends. They're not dangerous.
No.
Right. Like,
yes, they are, Ted.
Now, the only way I could defend the Breitbart guy when he goes on there is just to say that, like, when you're talking about Roy Moore, like, he got banned from a mall, this and that, but, like, there's a lot of people in Congress. There's the president. Like, people defend him. So
Right.
I'll say he sucks the least because he's just kind of going on the status quo, and apparently
You got the company line.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Like, look, he said what he said, but we've heard the argument a million times. And to a degree, I agree with him. Like, yeah, those are horrible songs to write. When you're promoting the idea, I don't know how you defend Roy Moore, but do your best. And like I said, it's company line. I wouldn't expect anything different.
Debate continues if you follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live and you like the Men's Room on Facebook on Who Sucks Less. All right, still to come, we're going to drink and toast with a shot of the day. A positive drinking story is up next, and based on what you drink, it can emit certain emotions. Based on the cocktail, based on your choice of how you like to get it done.
You've seen the list. Did you agree with most of what they explained? I get the feeling I'm going to.
Yeah, it's pretty well spot on what you generally know, but now, like, science has actually proven this stuff to be true.
Okay.
And at least for the most part. So that's all coming up with a positive drinking story. Right after the break, you are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
We return to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Profile this on the way. We'll drink and toast with a shot of the day. That is minutes away, but first.
And now, the Men's Room presents another positive drinking story.
Oh, alcohol and news once again. And we have different types of alcohol this time that inspire different moods, according to a study. Do you guys have any preconceived notions about any of this? Let's just say that, I don't know.
I feel like whiskey makes you aggressive.
All right.
Not necessarily angry, but when people have liquid courage, a lot of times if they did a shot of whiskey, they'll go talk to a girl, they'll go pick a fight. I feel like
Whiskey, believe it or not, is on a double-edged sword there, okay?
I think vodka makes you angry.
Whiskey
That was just Hitler.
might make you angry, but whiskey can also make you very, very, very sad.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Believe it or not, it's all over the
Most
spectrum.
angry people are sad.
You know what? That is a very strong point.
What do you think is the one liquor out there that you could do a shot of that is going to make you happier than anything else? Really going to put you in a great mood. You're going to
Rum.
love it. Unfortunately, no, not rum.
Oh, damn.
Tequila.
Oh, nice.
Boom, right. And basically, if you want to have a good time, tequila, right, it's going to make you have a fun time.
Yes, I kidnapped someone once. But otherwise, tequila makes me happy, man. And I always get a beer and a shot of tequila when I go to the bar.
So they say in a study, different types of alcohol can inspire different moods. According to new research, researchers surveyed nearly 30,000 young drinkers about their emotional responses to different types of alcohol. Here's the good news. A glass of red wine when you come home to take the edge off a day, bad day, whatever, guess what that does?
Makes you talkative.
It basically makes you relax and puts you in that mood. So
Okay.
if you need a glass of wine to wind down, you're going to feel relaxed after it, and that is exactly the point of drinking a glass of wine. So if you go out and have 3 or 4 drinks and it's all wine, you might be really, really sleepy by the end of the dinner. It might surprise you how much tired you get when you're drinking wine compared to other spirits, all right? Fortunately, though, they say, let's see here, beer goggles work in the mirror, according to the study. Nearly 20% of those surveyed said they felt sexy after drinking beer.
Oh, yeah.
Had a couple beers, feeling pretty sexy.
Too sexy for
How about
my shirts.
How about a Jaeger bomb? A Jaeger bomb.
I'm saying festive, happy.
Yep. Doing wonders for party people's party vibes. Nearly 60% of respondents felt energized and confident after knocking down a Jaeger bomb, and 42% reported feeling extremely sexy.
It seems about right for Jaeger bomb drinkers.
But it's
Right,
not,
exactly.
it's not,
They're not usually in a bad mood when they ask for a Jaeger bomb. They're already in a good mood, and that keeps the good times rolling.
However,
they're not going to get in that fight for hours.
Well, about a third of participants reported feeling aggressive after a shot or 2 or 3 of hard liquor, whereas less than 7% of beer drinkers and 3% of wine lovers felt aggressive. So you're not going to really be too aggressive if you're drinking beer or wine. However, if you get into the shots, it might go the other way. Nearly half of the respondents said they felt ill after drinking hard liquor. 28% felt restless, and 22% shed sad vodka tears. So if it gets to the end, 22% say they're going to be a crier. 28% said they're going to feel restless. Most will feel sick. And even wine drinkers, they didn't make it out scot-free. A teary 17% of red wine drinkers reported growing very weepy and crying after a few pours. Studies shows that researchers hope that their work will remind people of the wide range of emotions that drinking does, specifically the less desirable ones. Bless you. Not the mood-lifting ones seen in alcohol advertisements. They say there's plenty of promotional material to promote the positive emotions people might look for from drinking. However, we need to know the full picture of how alcohol affects moods and emotions.
Who's going to put out a commercial? Try our wine.
It's going to make you
I'm just shocked that hard liquor makes people aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine that.
Really? Yeah, there you go. Positive drinking story. Speaking of, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve at Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast the lovely 50-year-old Tracy Stevens from Alachua, Florida. I think I said that right. What you need to know is that last Saturday night, she's driving drunk. And she ends up getting into a crash in a TJ Maxx parking lot. Now, I'm not sure if her intent was to go to TJ Maxx while she was drunk or if she was driving so drunk that she's cutting through the parking lot. Either way, she gets into a crash in the parking lot, but she ends up speeding away without giving the other driver her information. Well, naturally, the cops are called. They take the report, and they decide, we got to go out and find this woman. And they found her very quickly. And do you have any guess why they found her so quickly?
She was naked.
You're close.
I don't know.
She decided to stop her car in the middle of the road, step out of her vehicle, and begin urinating in the middle of a nearby street. Not on the side of the road, not behind bushes, not behind trees. She's standing in the middle of the road peeing as the cops put the lights on her. And yes, she was in fact arrested, they're saying, on several charges. I'm guessing public urination, probably one of those.
It seems a little lowbrow for a Maxinista.
A Maxinista. It just blows my mind. You have the presence of mind to try to speed away from an accident, right? That you caused.
But you really got to pee.
But you stop in the middle of the road to take a leak. Like, how did you lose that presence of mind in that short of a span of time?
That's impressive.
It is
I
impressive.
think you're just giving up at that point.
Well, when you step out of the car and...
she's so drunk, she knows she's going to jail, or she's just that drunk, just like the hell like that.
I think she thought that no one would ever figure it out. They said it was a nearby street, kind of an off-road or whatever. But yeah, the cops found her urinating in the middle of the street. 50 years old. You need to know better.
Damn.
That's all I'm saying.
Hi, Grandma.
All right, bitches, let's drink. We pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies.
Down the hola, bitchola! Let's get contestant on the line for Profile This. We'll take caller 9 right now. 844-999-OLA.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.